Hello dear students, this is grammar episode number 3. In this episode, we are going to learn articles today. You know, you have been learning since your school days. Still it is endless. A, an and the, only 3 of them, but trouble you so many times. Sometimes you really get fixed. Whether should I use a or an or the, which is the most appropriate one. This type of a kind of a confusion is always there. Today, I'll discuss articles with you with more details. When do we use a? When do we use an? When do we use the? Let me give you some clarification, rules behind using these in this grammar episode on articles. In your workbook, the very first chapter is about articles and prepositions. Page number 1. There are exercises given to you. You have to fill in the blanks. Sometimes you get really blank. Which article should be filled in that particular blank? So let us go step by step and get some information, get going in learning articles and prepositions. You learned in the past in your school days, a and an are indefinite articles, the is the definite article. You also learned a and an, the use of a and an. A is used with the consonantal sounds before the consonantal sounds. An is used before the vowel sounds. You know, the is a definite article, is used when you are sure, when you are confident, definite about a thing or a place or a person, whatever. Person? Yes, I will explain that a little later. Let us see the use of a and an. First, a or an means one person or a thing. We use a or an before singular nouns. For example, I have been to a concert, a music concert. I have been to a concert. It is used before singular nouns. Another example, we had a great day and we saw an elephant. We had a great day, we saw an elephant. Indefinite article a and an are used in these examples. When do we use these articles? Let me see more examples. My sister wants to be an engineer. An engineer. A great day. An elephant. A concert. A concert. So we use articles a and an when you are not definite of anything, when you are mentioning about a thing for the first time, before consonantal sound, a is used. Before vowel sound, an is used. An elephant, an engineer, a concert, a day, a great day. These are the examples you must look at. We use A before consonantal sounds. P, B, T, D, K, G, Ch, J, consonantal sounds. P, B, K, G, T, D, Ch, J, Ch. A chair, a horse, a laptop. The one I am using now. A is used before consonantal sounds. The singular nouns. You can say a pen, but you can't say a pens. Pens is plural. With a singular noun, with a consonantal sound, you can use A. A is used before consonantal sounds. A pen, a ball, a chair, a horse. P, B, T, D, K, G. A tin, a pen, P. A ball, B. A tin, T. A din, D. P, B, T, D, K, G. A kite, K. You can use A. A is used before consonantal sounds like this. Sometimes the letter is U, but the sound is consonantal. This includes letter U or EU. When they are used or when they are pronounced as Y. For example, a university, a euro. There is a letter U, but it is not sound U vowel. A, E, I, O, U. Not that sound. It's Y, U, here. The transcription is there here. You can see. J into bracket, that is transcription for year. A university, a euro. So A is used before consonantal sounds, singular nouns. A chair, a pen, a ball, a bat, etc. It is used before consonantal sounds, though the letter is resembling vowel sound, but uttered consonantal. That's the reason why it is used in that particular way. Let us see where we use an. An is used before vowel sounds. These words usually start with A, E, I, O, U. An architect, an idea, an umbrella. Vowel sound A, E, I, O, U. It should be again singular. The noun should be singular. You can't really say an umbrellas. Wrong. An ideas. Wrong. An architects. No, singular. We use an with the words that start with the letter H. When H is not pronounced, when H is silent, an hour, an honor. Her, you can't say hour, honor. No, that is wrong. An is used with the words that start with the letter H, but H is not pronounced. Vowel sound A, E, I, O, U. You know, is pronounced. A is pronounced. So let me quickly come back to this. We use A before consonantal sounds with the singular nouns, and with the vowel sounds with the singular nouns. Then when do we use there? I'm going to give more details on use of there. Definite article. The is called a definite article. Why is it so? We will know when we go through these examples. Before singular nouns that we have already mentioned with a or an, the is used when we are referring to something which is already mentioned before. For example, we saw an elephant. Here an is used. Elephant is mentioned for the first time in the first sentence here. We saw an elephant. The elephant was standing under some trees. Now we are referring to the elephant. We are referring to the elephant which we mentioned before. We saw an elephant. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ ಆ ಆನೆಯನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. That's the reason why you are using the. When do we use the again? Before singular, plural, or uncountable nouns. When we say exactly which person or thing we mean. In my first episode, I discussed these things. Countable, uncountable, subject, predicate, in that particular episode. You remember? Uncountable. The people who live next door are really nice. You are referring to the people who live next door to the point, you know whom you are referring to. That's the reason why you use article the here. You can't say the sugar, uncountable. But you can say the brown sugar. It is classifying. The is used before singular or plural or uncountable noun when you are sure to whom you are referring to. Where is the brown sugar? This example we saw. We are referring to particular sugar. The people who live next door, we are referring to particular people. Definite. We are definite about it. But do follow these things as well. Note that we don't use the before plural and uncountable nouns when we are talking about the things in general. For example, we don't use articles before the things which we are talking in general, talking about the things in general. For example, children need plenty of exercises. Children need plenty of exercises and fresh air. Children here mentioned in general. Children is mentioned in general. Sugar isn't good for you. Sugar in general. So we don't use article the before plural and uncountable nouns when we talk about them in the sense of gender. We also use the before singular, plural, or uncountable nouns when it is clear which person or thing we mean. When do we use the again? When we are sure about the person or a thing we are talking about. Whom do we mean? What do we mean exactly? I am going to the supermarket. The one we always go to. We are referring to that. I am going to the supermarket. When you say the supermarket, You are referring to the supermarket you very frequently or always visit. Then we said children need plenty of exercises, then there is no need of article. We should not use article because it is used in sense of general. But here in the sentence, the children are upstairs. We are saying the children here, but we did not say children in the another sentence. In another sentence we used before. Here, the children, we mean our children. Could you shut the door? The door. The door of this room or that room that you are talking about, you are quite sure of which you are talking about. You are clear which door that you are talking about. So, the is used in that sense. There are more things to it. We use the before nouns when there is only one of its kind. The telephone, the violin, the guitar. There is only one of its kind. The sun, the moon, the earth. There is nothing else like that. That's the only thing. We use the before nouns when there is only one of that kind. The sun. The sun is shining and there aren't any clouds in the sky. The sky. The sun. The words in bold letters, you must observe the sun, the sky. We use the with a thing before nouns when there is only one of that kind. Let me take you to another information. We use the with the superlatives. You are the best dad ever. The best. Best is a superlative form of good. Good, better, best. Not good, gooder, goodest. In the middle of the night, another example. We use the in many expressions with of. In the middle of, on the occasion of, the middle of, in the middle of. Let us see another example. The kingdom of, at the end of my holiday. At the end of my holiday, I will be learning many things. At the end of my holidays, at the end, in the beginning, in the middle, the kingdom of so and so. So these are the stages or places where we use the. Sometimes we need not use article, still we use them without knowing. Where do we use article and where to omit the article, or where to avoid using article? Zero article. Yes. Let us see some sentences with zero articles. Here are some rules. Use the with the countries with the plural names, like the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, the USA, the UK, and all that, you know. With some geographical areas, the Himalayas, the Vindhyas. There is Only one thing of that kind, the Himalayas, the Vindhyas. I live in the northwest of Egypt. There is an example here. In the east. So, we use the with the superlatives. We use the with plural names or with the republic or with the kingdom. We use the with the geographical areas which are known, which are only thing like that. We use the before the names of the rivers, oceans, mountains, and mountain ranges. The Mississippi, the Vindhyas, the Himalayas, the Ganges, Ganga river, the Ganges. So, where do we use article the again? Another example. We use article the with the parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, with the parts of the day. Next, most prepositional phrases of a preposition and place, we use article the at the top, on the left, at the office, at the cinema, at. So, use article the before superlatives, before plural names of the countries or republic, with the geographical areas, with the names of the rivers, oceans, mountain ranges, which are of its kind, with the parts of the day, with the most prepositions and prepositional phrases like at, we use article the. When we should not use article the? The names of most countries, cities, and continents. We can't say the India, the Bangalore, the Mysore. No. We use no article. We use no article with these things. We say at home. I am at home. You can't say I am at the home. You can't say I am at work. You can say I am at work, but you can't say I am at the work. You can't say I am in the bed. I'm in bed. So you are referring to, I'm referring to these, I'm giving these examples to suggest that there is no use of article in these sentences. That means zero article. The Romeo, the Juliet. You can't say the Romeo, the Juliet, which you have the tendency of writing, dear students. We can't use the before proper nouns. So take note of these things. There is a special rule for these places: school, university, college, prison, church, etc. The children go to school by bus. We did not say the school. Why? The children go to school by bus. Why not go to the school? You know why do children go to school? They go to school to learn, and the purpose is fixed, or the intention is well known. When the intention of the action is well known, or is meant for a particular thing, then there is no need to classify it. The children go to school to learn only. But look at another sentence. I go to the school. Here, I go to the school to help twice a week. To help children or to help management, to help the teachers, whatever the person, whoever is going, depending upon that. I go to the school. When you say the school, you are not going there to learn like children, but you are going with the purpose other than learning like children. Ben is studying maths at university, not a university, the university, nothing of that kind is used here. But look at another example. He works in the canteen at the university. He works in the canteen at the university. At the university. His job is not as the job of Ben. Ben is a student over there, learns mathematics, and that's the reason why the university is not used. But this is a different description of the job at the university. He works in the canteen. She was in hospital for 3 weeks. Not the hospital. Because patients will be there in the hospital to get the treatment. The reason is clear. Is there a shop in the hospital? In the hospital. We are referring to a particular hospital. But we are asking something else, which is not normally is associated with the hospitals. Like that, we use these things. The is used when someone goes to school for the purpose other than learning, but the is not used when a student goes to school just for learning or with the purpose of learning. Yes, students, we use articles and adjectives when we use these things. When do we use articles with adjectives? With adjectives. Adjectives go between articles and nouns. What a great place this is. A great. I went on an amazing trip, an amazing. We went to the famous home beach, the famous. Likewise. Let us see this confusion, find out what is correct. Some people use these articles with a different pronunciation. We usually pronounce a and with a weak vowel sound, a, just like that. So, before consonant sound, the letters U or EU, when they are pronounced Y or U, we pronounce the with this weak sound, the, with a weak sound, D. D, let me clarify, is used, D is pronounced before vowel sounds. The is pronounced before consonantal sounds. Only remember this much. The is used with before consonantal sounds. The is used before vowel sounds. The elephant, uniform, the party. I hope this much is clear to you. So after these things that we learned, a lot of information about using articles. I would like you to really go to the workbook page number 1 and fill in the blanks, which has articles and prepositions to fill in. That's the reason why in my next episode, I'm going to talk to you about prepositions and come back to the workbook activities and fill in the blanks with the articles and prepositions, which is a very small chapter that we have for second PUC. Until then, bye bye.